Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of the Weapons of Hot Dogs, Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. Today we're taking a look at this guy. This is the Sharps rifle. It's a breech-loading rifle. It's quite an old rifle. It started production in 1848, or was designed by a Mr. Sharps, hence the name Sharps rifle. And it was in production until 1881, and it saw a couple of wars. One major one, American Civil War. Also some minor conflicts. It wasn't the main weapon, as you might know, in any of the Civil War powers, but it was used by some units in the Union. And there were various improvements all over the time. 1848 till 1881, that's a pretty long lifespan for this rifle. And it is a falling block, I guess it is. Lever action, as you see. This is the lever. Single shot. Chambered in this cartridge, which is 4510 sharps. You just pop in there, close the lever. The hammer is pulled back, but you pull back the hammer. And you go shooting. It has some iron sights. And it also has, this sight for a bit more accurate fire. I'm not a fan of that sight though. Close it. Something you might have noticed as well as we fired it. Let's close it, pull it back, and let's fire it. I am hitting. But if I now open, it doesn't eject. It lacks an ejector. So you kind of have to pry it out yourself. Bit inconvenient, but hey, it's an early, essentially cartridge or percussion rifle. So yeah, you can't expect all the luxuries. You might also wonder, why are you in the sniper range? This is definitely not a sniper. Well, because it was used by sharpshooter units famously in the Union during the Civil War. So I figured that this is kind of appropriate. You'll also notice here, octagonal barrel instead of a round barrel. And I believe the reason for that was cost. I believe the octagonal barrel was cheaper than an entirely round barrel back in those days. So that's why I have it. And this one, in-game, let's just head to our breech loaders. Sharp. We can keep you there. We can mount somewhere. There. A scope for your very accurate fire. It's not the best scope. But it is better than nothing. And there goes the round. Nice straight-rolled cartridge. Pop it back. Close. There were also some variations of this with some cool, unique designs. Unlike a lot of rifles in the percussion area, this actually had some kind of system so that upon releasing the hammer, a primer would go in front of the cartridge. Because back in the day, you would have to load a cartridge or a primer individually. Unlike here, you see a primer already in. But back in the day of this thing's heyday, well, that wasn't a thing. You had to load in, put a percussion cap on, then shoot. Well, this thing avoids that, which is a good improvement, especially for things like horseback, which made this an ideal horseback rifle. I hit the melon. It also doesn't come with a safety. It's an early firearm. What do you expect? So, don't try it with the hammer up, or it loaded for that matter. Or you might accidentally die. I also forgot to mention, It has a cartridge holder here for quick access to cartridges. It holds 6 cartridges. Closest thing you'll get to a magazine on this thing. Then you can just yoink. Then you can just yoink. A bit inconvenient in VR. Boop. Want this? Oh, I placed it again. That's why. Okay. Boop. Poop. Bow. I wonder, can I place the empty cartridge there? No. That's to be expected, but would be funny if you could. I should also note an important thing of this. You might not notice it. You really might not, but this was a high rate of fire weapon back in the day. Of course, back in the day when this thing was relevant, they would be using muzzle-loaded rifles or muskets, so you would have to do that whole thing with pouring powder, boink boink, put in a cartridge, boink boink, you know. It's a bit slow. Here you can just pop it in the breech, close. On hammer drop, the percussion cap gets dealt with by placed on hammer drop. So it's a, believe it or not, a high rate of fire rifle. But I think that covers the sharps. It was rather successful, more than 100,000 made for the time. Excellent rifle. For modern standard, of course, you're not gonna use this in a battlefield, or at least I wouldn't. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this quick little video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and all that, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.